Hello, everybody, and you're welcome to the study of this money. And the Parashot that we have this money are Behar and Bechukotai. That is what we're going to discuss about this morning. And I subtitle the Parashot of this morning as Stay on your line, not God's line. Stay on your line and not God's line. Don't go and stay on the line of God. Let God be God. You, as a human being, stay on your line. Many of us, in many history that we know, men always want to be what? Wants to be God. Men always want to stand in the lane. You know the word lane? On the line, on the road, on the line of God. Why do you want to make yourself God? I don't understand. Don't you know that to be God is very hard? It's very hard. And so I don't know why someone want to take the responsibility to be God. It doesn't make sense in my head. I'm a human being. I stay on the line of a human being. Let God's side be God's side. And me, I stay on the line of what? Of a human being. Because I cannot be God. I am not a God. I am a flesh and bone and blood like everyone else. So why do you want to take the role of God? It doesn't make sense in my head. This story that I want to give us this morning, this story was said by Rabbi Abraham Bogopulsky. He's a rabbi in US, in California, in the state of California. And he said this: there was a man who owned a dry goods store in Radun. This individual made a decent to above average living for the time, right? One day, someone opened a store across the street from his own store, which caused him very great concern, deep concern. Watch this story very, very well, please. Put attention. There was absolutely no issue of economic competition in this case. The person opened a shop across the street from his own shop, but they are not selling the same thing. There is no economic competition in this case, absolutely zero. Okay, listen to the story. Every day after opening his store, he would peek out of his window to see who was going into the competitor's store. Were any of his regular patrons going to shop there? Or were any of his regular patrons going to the other shop to go and shop? As the week went by, he felt that the support he had received. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. He felt that the support he has received from many of his long-term customers were slowly ebbing away. Sliding away. At one point, he felt also that he was making only half the profit he had been accustomed to earning before the other individual opened his store. As this paranoia grew, he stood outside his store watching, staring down anyone who entered the store across the street. He would even stop people walking past his own store, questioning them about what they were buying across the street and what were the prices compared to his own. Listen to this story. It's a store across the street. He was the supreme ruler of the street before, right? And another person opened a store that is not even selling the same thing. But listen to what the rabbi is saying. He felt. It's not even the fact. That is his own feeling. It's not even that there is a concrete evidence that is what the person, there is no evidence at all. He just feel, emotion. He feel, jealousy, thank you. He feel that I should be the one controlling the entire street. Only my store, no any other store. Paranoia begins to grow and grow and grow. Let's continue the story. Finally, this individual was a Jew, right? So he decided to visit one of his rabbis, who at that time was Rabbi Meir Kagan, right? So the Chaim ask what you could possibly do in this situation. So the person was asking the rabbi, what can I do in this crazy situation, Rabbi? So the rabbi, Meir Kagan, listened carefully and intensely to the man's issue. After a few minutes, the rabbi told the person what the problem was and what the situation is to be. So let's see. The rabbi said, before the other store opened, you made a living because you only had to mind one store or business. I repeat again. Before the other store opened, you made a living because you only had to mind one store or business. Now you are constantly worrying and watching over the other store as well. Since you are now watching and working two businesses, your store is only reproducing half the amount. You see, the moral of the story is to mind your own business. The moral of the story is for you to stay on your own lane. Don't go to God's lane. The reflection of someone's minding his own business or staying in their own lane of business and not looking elsewhere demonstrates faith and emunah in the Holy One, blessed be He. Deep down, we know we are to receive exactly what we need to live on for a year. We waste so much time and effort trying to control the other and neglect our basic work of ethics. On top of the monetary loss, a person loses years of life due to self-inflicted anxiety. God can make both businesses not only survive but strive. In order to develop the understanding and acceptance that the Holy One, blessed be He, control everything, we must learn Musar to strain our thinking. Musar is a Hebrew ethic of education and spiritual practices. You have to understand that. Do you understand the story? Mind your business. Leave God on His own way. Stop putting your nose to what does not concern you. Right? The person that opened his own store that even has nothing to do with your own store, why are you, jealous? Why are you, having building anxiety to kill yourself? Why don't you just mind your own business and let the other person mind his own business? Because you have two businesses now minding in your brain, then the profit is divided into what? Into half. Stay on your own lane 100%. Leave God alone on His own. He knows how to make you prosper. I tell my people, those of us that have businesses, we have a practice among our people. It's a blessing from the Holy One, blessed be He. If a non-Jew has a business here, and the Jew has a business here, we go in the morning, we pray for our business, right? Pray for it. I'm telling you, if there is 200 businesses in that area, in the same place, in that area, if nobody sells in that area, that Hebrew store will always sell. Always sell. Why? Because he mind his business. He put the Holy One, blessed be He put him first in his life. You see, wealth, the Torah told us that wealth is a spirit. It's not physical. It's a spirit. And God brings those spirits to His own people. And the wealth has wings. And the wealth will bring everybody to your store. It's simple as that. Don't fret yourself. Put Him first. If you put Him first, all the rest will follow. That's the idea. Put God first. Let Him control. Stop dragging this steer wheel with Him. Leave it. Calm. Be calm. Why do you want to build anxiety? Why do you want to build stress? Why do you want to die before your time? I don't understand. People, they go into different ways, pulling what they don't supposed to pull. You understand what I mean by pulling? They go bombastic spiritually. I want to be rich, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. Only to be rich and die before their time. That's what the Torah said. They die before their time. Because they pull what they're not supposed to pull. Everything is give and take. You pull what you're not supposed to pull, you die before your time. Relax. Wait. Be like our father Abraham. Relax. 99 years old, 100 years old, he has children. People, plenty of them. He has long life and peace. Why do you want to do and die at 20 years old? I don't get it. Why do you want to do and die at the age of 40 years old? I don't understand. Oh, you know, my mate are like this, my mate are like this. Okay. Stay on your lane. Mind your business. Focus on God. Your mate that are like this, don't worry. I'm telling you, yours will always be the best at the right time. When the time comes, and your mate will say, whoa, this guy that was like this, look at the way it is today. That is the idea. Don't waste your time. Don't fret yourself. Stand firm on the right path. The first parasha of this week is replete with mitzvot that completely rely on having emunah, having faith, emunah meaning faith, and bitahon, security and faith in the Holy One, blessed be He. Trust and bitahon, emunah meaning trust and bitahon meaning faith. The challenge to many of the following mitzvot is that they go against nature and our normal way of thinking. They are just a few mitzvot which emphasizes that we totally rely on God so that we will be rewarded in greater way, not only in the world to come, but even immediately in this world, this physical world. Most of the commandments doesn't make sense. Some of them, right? It's hard to comprehend the holistic picture of what God commands us. God's telling you, do not work on Shabbat. Shabbat is mine. Relax. Reprogram yourself. Enjoy yourself with your family. And then on Sunday, you start. Somebody have a business. And in their head, on Shabbat or on Saturday is the time where the business, where every tourist, everybody go outside to buy things, you know. So, and when you open a business, you say, man, Saturday is the most prosperous day for my form of business. And if I close it on Saturday, then I can't make no money. So how am I going to make money if I don't open on Saturday? Oh my. So you are in a what? In a dilemma. Open on Saturday or not to open on Shabbat. But I'm telling you, God is saying, close it on Shabbat. Don't work. Do his own first. Eliyahu said so. Do mine first. Go cook for me. The woman has only a small oil and a small flour. Right? And that woman, like I said, give Eliyahu middle finger. Say, let me eat. And my son, okay, who are you? I don't even know you. Why did I provide you a food who is a what? A stranger. I don't even know you. Me? No, only me and my son. And they will have prepare and eat and die the second day or the third day or the fourth day, whatever it is, because nothing will ever come again. But the woman has emunah, has faith, he has bitachon. It's okay. The man of God command, I do exactly what the man of God said. She prepared and brought to the man of God. If the man of God eat, me and my son, let us starve. But the man of God said, no. This is what the Holy One, blessed be He, said. That flour will never run dry. That oil will never stop until the Lord bring rain upon the earth. Can you see? Just a simple faith. And the woman lived with her son, they enjoy. Trust him. That is what I'm saying. Please trust him. Don't think because Saturday is the most prosperous day for your business, that I need to open it on Saturday because it is the prosperous day. If not, that is the end. No. If you make that little step of faith, you will never lie. During the whole week, nobody will say, you will be the one that is selling. Return back his word to him. You want God to answer your prayer very fast? quote his own word to him. You know how people win cases in the law court? They quote the law back to the judge. This is what Judge, for example, this is what Judge Washington, for example, Judge Washington said when he's ruling on these cases. They call it precedent. This is what this case is. This is what it said, and this is what the judge ruled. And you as a judge, you cannot rule against that former judge who has already ruled in that the same case. They have no choice to say, oh yeah, that is true. Well, that is true. That is the idea. Quote his word back to him. God, you told me not to open on Shabbat. And now, do your part. I am not on your lane. I am on my own lane. Now, do your part. I'm telling you, God will do his part. He always do his part. And you will always prosper. Everybody will close down. Business will be destroyed. You'll be the one standing at the river of water. Because the source of your strength is the Holy One. See, is that not fascinating? Fantastic? The root of your tree is right at the river. Where there is a drought everywhere, your root is having life, substance. It is growing. It's having fruit. Where all the trees are dead, it will be growing fruit. Because it is the source of your strength. That is what I'm saying this morning. So, let's look at some mitzvot that the Holy One is telling us. That sometimes it looks hard. I understand. It's very complex. But he said, have faith in me, and I will do the rest for you. Not to perform work on the land during the Shemitah year. The Shemitah is the 7th year. Don't work. Leave the land. You will say, oh, leave the land. Am I going to feed 1.3 billion people? The Chinese people might say so, right? Or the president of China might say, oh God, you are asking me not to do the land. Am I going to feed 1.3 billion people? God said, don't worry. For me, I feed them. They are my creature. I feed them. Not to perform work on the vineyard during the Shemitah. You might say, oh, this is my backyard, this is my garden. There's a time as my wife, we will be staying in our home. There's a time that a year that was a Shemitah year, we didn't grow anything. I wanted to see if it is true. I'm telling you, the produce of my garden was double on the 6th year. I just want to say, I want to test this principle. The produce, the potato, the tomatoes, everything I planted grew like madness. On the next year, I closed. Then my sister-in-law came. She said, are you guys didn't do garden this year? I said, no, it's Mr. Year. We don't do garden. He said, but you always love your garden. I said, yeah, because last year it produced double. Now we're going to get everything by giving them, come and take. We share everything. Test it, please. Just perform the experiment. Perform the experiment and see if it is true or not. Maybe the rabbi is lying. Just perform it. Because I tried it and it works. Not to perform work on your vineyard during Shemitah. Not to harvest the produce during Shemitah as normally done on the other years. We didn't touch the garden. The one that was inside the soil grow back. They all grow. The squirrel. What's the name of this animal that has black like this? Raccoon. They eat. They all eat. They all satisfied. Do you know that those animals, they have souls? They bless the land for the food. You don't understand it, but it's a complex structure. Some we don't see it with our physical eyes. It's a spiritual thing. Those animals that they come and they eat and they're satisfied, in their soul, they bless the land. They bless the land for you. It is all because of, does God come down and eat the fruit of the land? No! It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about us for us to prosper in the land. Because the earth, the Torah says, is the Lord. God owns it. We are not the owner. Just respect it. When you respect it, you will live long. That is what the Torah is saying. Okay, let's continue. Not to harvest anything from the vineyard, right? As normally as we do on what? On other years. Let that land be hefka. in Hebrew, hefka meaning ownerless. Let that vineyard be like nobody's vineyard. Anybody can come, any fruit that grows, take. I don't care. That is what is called humbling, to humble yourself before God. To be simple. Humble. Understand, you are from the earth. We are from the earth. We are part of the system. We are not above the system. What they preach to us, what they preach to you is to tell you that you are above the system, that you are different from the system, that you are not in the world, in the picture. And when you have that mentality that you are not in the picture, of course, because I am not in the picture, I can abuse the picture. That's the idea. But when you know that you are inside the picture, you will take care of the picture. You will protect the picture. Understand what I mean? The mosaic, you are part of the mosaic. We are not above the mosaic, but they are telling us, hey, we are above nature. You are not above the nature, my friend. You are part of nature. You have to protect, guide, and bless it and keep it. And then the nature will protect you and guide you. You have a car, you drive your car like garbage. You don't work on it. You don't take it to mechanic. You don't do anything. You think the car will serve you long? It will kaput and it will never serve you. It's not 1 month. But when you take care of your car, you take it to the mechanic at the right time, you change the oil at the right time, you change everything at the right time, then the car will do what? It will take care of you longer time. That is the same idea. It's not the rocket science. It's not hard. We make it hard. We continue. Not to harvest the produce of the land at that year. During the Yovel, as normally done in other years, but rather to treat it as hefka, as though it were what it was ownerless, not to harvest the fruit of one's orchard during Yovel, as normally done on other years. Number 8, not to cheat anyone in business, not to say I am smarter than you, I can cheat you, or I have the power over you, I can cheat you. Don't do that. No. Not to sell a field in the land of Israel forever. You can never sell the land of Israel. No, you cannot sell a land. And that is why I also say the same principle, the natives, you know the natives in North America, the same idea that they have. They never sell land. They say because the land is not ours. The land is God. We are just the caretaker of the land. We are like a supervisor of the land. And that's the same Hebrew understanding. The land is not ours. The land belongs to God. We are just the caretaker, the supervisor of the land. That is it. So why must we sell a land? It's not just in the first place to sell. It's God. Not to change the zone or allotment of the outskirts of the Levite city. The city that is given to the Levite, you cannot change the zone. I mean, like what they call zoning. You cannot change it. Oh, you know what? This land is too big now. Or this land, oh man, this land is getting expensive. Let me just cut this side from the land and give it to myself, you know. And say, Levite, or push them out. Take the land for yourself. But we have those process many times, especially in Africa, you know. The land where the poor people live, the rich men put their eyes on that land. They drive away all the poor people. They take your land and they build it. And they say, oh, that land is, let's say it's flooding. They say, oh, the land is flooded, so we are saving you. But, okay, if you remove the people and you stampede the whole land, bring them back. No, they don't bring them back. They share it among themselves. See how wicked people are. Wickedness of the first degree. Very wicked. So when you send them out, where do you want them to live? Under the sun? Under the element? Wicked. Let's see. The Holy One continues. He said, not to lend money with interest to your brothers. When your brother is in need, give him the money if you have it, and let him repay you back the same. No interest. But for a non-Hebrew, you can charge interest. But for your brother, no, because interest compounds the money more, or the problem more. That is the idea. Don't do that. People, that's why sometimes the African system, I like the African system of construction. African people, they build their house cash, no mortgage. Because by the time you pay your mortgage, you pay 2 times the amount, or 2.5 times the amount of money that you borrow in the first place. The mortgage is to chain you to the system, right? In Africa, no. You want to build a house, you have the money down, you build it, and that is it, cash. You want nobody, no nothing, zero. Let's see. The common thread among all these mitzvot is that a person feels he worked for it, he earned it, and he shouldn't have to give it away. That is the issue, the ego of a man. The negative part of a man. Oh, this is the work of my hand. Everything, I own it, I deserve it, and so therefore I can do whatsoever I want to do. But God is saying, Monsieur, mellow down. Monsieur, calm down. Everything that you own is not yours in the first place. I give it to you. So how can you claim it that it is yours? Right? It is the spirit of humbleness that I'm talking about, that God wants to input on the people to be humble. Know that the earth is not, you are part of the system. Nothing is yours in this world. The way you come, the way you shall return. So at the end, what do you gain? At the end, where is all this billion, all the trillion, all the money that you embezzle in your country, that your people remain poor? Where is the money going? You return as you come. So do what is good. Do what is right. Do what is just. That's what the Torah is saying. Torah is not giving us anything so hard that we cannot do. This action contradicts, is going against our what? Our nature as a human being. Our nature is to cheat. Our nature is to do bad things. I want to be. I understand that. But God is saying it's an animalistic nature. It's an animalistic instinct. And God is telling us that we need to subdue that animalistic instinct in us and make us a human being, a being with intelligence. Right? People, they say, okay, we do construction of the road, especially, for example, in Quebec. Let's do the road. The road is constructed, but they use the standard is 10, for example, is 10, and then they construct it with 4. The 6 they put it in the money for the 6 they put it in their pocket. But in my own head, I always think these people that are doing this thing, are they normal? Maybe they're not normal, or maybe I'm the one that is not normal. Because I'm thinking, this is your home. This Quebec is your house, is your home. Why don't you want to do it well? Why don't you want to do it good? Why don't you want to do it half bad? So that they can continue to pay you more. Why are you doing this to your own home? If you know that this is my house, I will do the best. For me, I will do the best of my house. Make it the most beautiful. And for me, that's what I will do, not to make it bad so that I can be looting money. No. Do it good. People will praise you. People will bless you. People will say, blessed be this person that do this. I'm telling you. So why do we want to think that the Torah is hard? It's not hard, it's a simple thing. Towards the end of the section, the Torah warns us in Leviticus chapter 25, verse 18. Keep my decrees and safeguard my law. If you keep this decree, you will live in the land securely. But as Rashi clearly indicates, because of transgression, the laws of the laws of the rest of if you keep this decree, you will live in the land securely. But as Rashi clearly indicates, because of the transgressing the law of the sabbatical year, the rest of Israel was exiled, as it states later in Vayikra chapter 26, verse 34. Then shall the land be paid for her Sabbath, and repay her Sabbath. The 70 years of the Babylonian exile correspond to the 70 rest year which were not observed. But no matter how bad God's children may act, our Heavenly Father figure out a way to rejoin his children and never abandon them, as can be realized from the following elucidation. So this is what I'm saying here, is that when God says proclaim freedom, the Yovel, the Jubilee year, has two parts, and it is balanced. In the Yovel, one group of people are happy. In the Yovel, another group of people are not happy. They are sad. But God is saying everything is balanced. Make it balanced. Right? Not only you be happy, 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 and other people are sad, sad, sad. He said, remember that you are a slave in what? In Egypt. So therefore, you must proclaim freedom for your people. The people that were very sad were those that are super rich, because they don't want the slave to go. Who is going to wash my feet? Who is going to do this for me? They were sad. But the people that were very, very happy were the slaves. Now, that's why I was talking about this money history. Those people that were rich, if they have learned history well, they will have known that they were also slaves in Egypt. And God freed them. So if God freed me and my ancestors from slavery, why would I free these people from under my own control? Simple. But no, we don't learn. We are all human beings. We never learn. We allow things to repeat itself again. But look at what the danger there is. And the danger is this. When the slavery came, when they were all exiled into Babylon, who suffered? Everyone. Who commits sin? The rich one, eh? It's not the poor one that commits the sin. The rich one, the head, commits the sin. But this is what the Torah is saying. When the head is dirty, the body is dirty. You cannot clean your body without washing your head, no? You wash the head first. Maybe there's some people that wash their feet first, then they wash their head. I don't know. But the normal process is you wash your head, then you wash your body, and you go down, right? That is the idea. So that's what the Torah is saying. That is the danger of the problem, my people. The sin of these heads, the sin of these rich men, everybody will take part of it. The consequence. That is the problem. Those people who went, those poor people that were taking slaves to Babylon were innocent. They didn't do nothing wrong because they had no money in the first place to own a slave, right? But when the consequence came, they paid for it too. So we have to be very careful. You have to understand what the Torah is saying. When the head is right, the body is right. When the head is okay, everything is healthy. So we have to be very careful in this case. If a leader, God forbid, in Canada, right, begin to do bad things and say, okay, let's go to war against US, and we know that we cannot fight them. They say, no, we win. Okay, for example, who is going to suffer? He might even escape because he has his security, he has a bunker. No, he has everywhere to protect himself. It is the ordinary people who did nothing, who are not part of the decision, who suffer. When the bombs are raining, they don't have shelter. They don't have what? Bomb shelter, because they don't have the money in the first place to build one. So we have to be very careful. We have to understand what the Torah is saying. So this is it. You might not be happy. You might be sad because you lose one slave or the other. But God said that is the principle. It's about history, remembering what is past. Because when you remember the past, you know the present and you know the future of where you are going. That mercy, that compassion will never run away from you, because you are always there remembering what the Lord has done for you, for your ancestors. It's about keeping that history intact in our mind. Because when you know what is past, you will not allow the evil of the past to repeat itself again. Okay? In the first of this week, two Parashot, Behar-Bechukotai, the Torah states in Vayikra 29 that it says that when a man sells a residential house in a walled city, he shall be able to redeem it until the end of 1 year after he had sold it. He has only 1 full year to the day to redeem that particular house. But look at the way Rabbi Im Attar, explained this verse of the Torah. he explained this verse as this, referring to the ultimate redemption, that the ultimate redemption and not merely the redemption of an individual house. Is expanding the interpretation of that particular verse in the Torah. He's interpreting it in a spiritual way, not in a physical way. And this is what he said. He said, through the hint in the pasuk, that means through the hint in the verse, he said this: Yashir Adonai ish mehagma, which means the next section of selling a house. Donate. That section, that means that. Sorry, I jumped one. The word of the pasuk is broken up into three parts. The first verse is each. We mean each meaning the man. The man in this case is referring to himself, the Holy One, blessed be He, as Asher. Now the next section is this: selling a house, donate a place where the Holy One, blessed be He, speak of, which is the Beit Hamikdash, the temple. And the third one, a walled city, it signifies Jerusalem, which according to the Midrash was already walled when Yehoshua first conquered the land. When Yehoshua, after Moshe, that Jerusalem was already walled before Yehoshua conquered the land. Why, or what is the significance of this interpretation? The reason is so that later in history it can be redeemed. As the rabbi said, it explained, God took out his fury on the wood and the stone of the temple. For if he took his fury out against his people, against the Hebrew people, or the Israelites, no Israelite would have survived. Logically, if there are no Israelites left, then there is no need for the Beit Hamikdash, because everybody's died, right? Or the city of Jerusalem, because there is no Israelite left. Therefore, this was the redemption of Am Israel. Now, what he's saying in a spiritual way, the Hebrew people, and the result that is needed for the rebuilding of the second Hamikdash and recently the city of Jerusalem. The first, he's talking about the destruction of the first temple, right? So he's giving us a kind of spiritual understanding that God here is meant to teach us that He took His fury, His anger on that house in order to spare His people. So that temple was a kind of a sacrificial lamb. Instead of destroying the old people, let me remove this one and have mercy on them. Because if you destroy the old people, then there will be no need for them to come back to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is wiped out. There is no need for them to come back and rebuild the second temple, right? No need, because there is no Israelite left. Everybody is wiped out. So that is the idea. Understanding this, that is give and what? Give and take. God give, okay, this house, yes, I build it by my power, don't worry. I remove it. Then I'm going to spare them. I'm going to use this one as a ransom for them. Because I need, they are my people. I love them. Because I know there's something good in them. Right? There might be bad ones, don't worry, but out of darkness, always come what? Always come light. There's light there. I see it with my two eyes. I mean, God is saying so. Because I know there are good people among them. And so therefore, for the sake of those good people, I will spare them. So, this all took place after the first Hamikdash, the first temple, and for almost 2,000 years, we are still waiting for the return of the third temple, which the Lord will bring down from above. That's my belief, right? Other people might believe that they want to build. That's their own belief. Who am I to say that they are wrong? But my belief that the third temple is built by no man, but God Himself. Right. However, 19 years after the land of Israel was returned to us, we had access to half of the city. Only after the 19 years, we are in control of the entire city. The sovereignty of the entire city of Jerusalem come under our control. Now, since the reunification of the city of Jerusalem, it once again sparkling as the city of gold. And we ask God to remove all the unrighteousness that is happening in Jerusalem now. Because the city of gold becomes the city of the rainbows. So we ask God to have mercy, to be compassionate and be gracious unto us. We thank God for all his mercies and kindnesses for so far, and we pray for the last piece of the trio. And what is the last piece of the trio? The last piece of the trio is the return of the Messiah speedily in our days. Amen. So this is what I am saying. The Torah is teaching us this through this double parasha this morning. Staying, humbling ourselves. The land is God. You can own the old world. Yeshua say, you own the old world and you lose your what? You lose your soul. What is your gain? I don't know. Many people might say, oh, I gained something. Oh, okay, whatever you gain, it's your luck. But the way you come, and that's why I love God. Yeah? The way a man comes, the way a man returns. You don't keep nothing. Nothing. Zero thing. But it's good for you to leave something behind. And what did you leave behind? Your work. Your footsteps. That's what you left behind, because there is a trace. I'm telling you, we all leave a trace. No matter how you like it or not, you will leave a trace. That your generation after generation will do what? Either they are blessed or they are cursed. So you decide which kind of trace are you going to leave behind you. For me, I want to leave a positive trace. Right? So that when my generation comes, say, oh, I know their grandfather, I know their great-great-grandfather, that man is a good man, or was a good man. And because of that, they have mercy on them. That is the idea. That is the understanding. That one generation, the next generation is better than the former generation. And therefore is better, and we then become a being. A being with higher intellect, with divine understanding. Removing animalistic instinct. It is the animal that fights for food. It's the animal that fights for territory. God doesn't want us to do that. Those are the animal instincts. Remove those instincts and become a higher being. That is what the Torah is teaching us. Or to be like God. Children of God. And that is what the Torah is saying. Parashot, Behar-Bechukotai, on the mountain, my statue, my regulation. Shabbat Shalom.